Hi, welcome back to Wallflowers. So today I'm going to be canning peaches. We live in Skelmersdale in Lancashire in the UK, and where we live, I don't really know anyone else who actually has a peach tree and grows peaches. There's probably some, but I'm just not aware of them. In the UK, it's more familiar for people down south. When I say down south, I mean London, to grow peaches. So I have a south-facing garden, and we've managed to grow peaches here. For the last few years, it hasn't been that successful. We've had a few, but this year with the good weather that we've had, the trees really produced. So I'm going to actually can peaches of my own for the first time. I've canned peaches before, but not of my own. So this year we've grown them, and now we're going to can them. So what I've done is I've taken the camping can, I've heated some water up, and then placed the peaches inside. And the reason I've done that is basically just to loosen the skins to make it easier for me to peel. So in the sink already, I've done approximately 20 peaches already, and I've removed the skin. Now some of them have got some marks on which I'll cut out, but I've already removed the skins of those. So this is the second batch, and I'm going to do the same with these. So as I say, I've heated the water up, I've placed the peaches inside, and I've left them for about 2 to 3, excuse me, 2 to 3 minutes for the skins to loosen up. So now I'm just going to carry them over. In that water in the sink, I've actually placed half a cup of lime juice. The reason I've done that is because I'm working from that water, and I want to try and retain as much fresh colour in the peaches. Follow me, Mr. Wallflowers. Fresh colour in the peaches. So I want to drain that water off. Just bear with me, sorry. I'm literally just going to dunk those peaches in, and I'm just going to rub lightly with my thumbs, and a little bit hot, and remove the skins, and they come off quite easily. I haven't actually washed the peaches, because I knew I was doing this process and peeling them, and I'd cut any bad away. So these are the first two that I've peeled. And that one looks really nice and clean. Because they've been dunked in the boiling water, most of the dirt would be on the outside of the skin, and we know that we're removing the skin, so there was no need to pre-wash them. And when I actually picked them off the tree, they were still quite firm. So I left them in a bowl for a couple of days just to soften up, and it seems to have worked the right treat. So they're really juicy at the moment. Just keep having a feel, see if there's any that I've missed with any skin still on. You feel the skin, it's quite fluffy. Then you go back to the pan. I can turn that pan off now because they should be all ready. Little tiny one, that's the smallest one of the batch, but they're all quite reasonably sized, so I'm quite happy with them. Beautiful. Yeah, nice and fresh. I say some are marked, but I want to remove the marked bits. I mean, a lot of it's just on the skin. The skin peels away so easily in this process. Now, I'm going to carry on peeling them, but in order to save time on the video, I'll show you the next step. So basically, to make the syrup, I've learned a new Rebel trick in the Rebel canning side of things. So I'm going to take anywhere between a quarter and half of one of my cups of sugar. I'm literally going to place it inside the jar. Some boiling water from the kettle. I'm literally going to just cover the sugar, which probably equals again approximately half a cup of water. I'm just going to shake the water and the sugar to dissolve. And basically that is my syrup for the peaches. So this way we know the syrup is equally divided between all the jars. The sugar's equally divided, so it's a nice syrup. As I say, I've added just between a quarter and half a jar, half a cup of sugar. And that's not quite a heavy syrup, but just over a light syrup. So as you can see, that's dissolved. And now I'm ready for placing in my peaches. So what I'm going to do is where the crease is, like a baby's bottom, I'm just going to cut around that area, pull the peach apart and remove the stone. Now that one come out a little bit messy, but it doesn't matter. Do it again around the crease that's already in the peach. And remove the stone. I'm just going to pop those peaches in. Not going to spend time making sure they're pretty. I'm just going to keep popping them in. Some of these pips are a little bit sticky with fruit. Just be as gentle as possible because these peaches are quite soft. Now, as I said, some of them are a bit bruised. So this is the first one that's slightly bruised. Not too attractive this because they're quite moist. If there's any bruising, I'm literally going to slice it off and remove it. I might have heated these for too long in the water. You can get the gist of what I'm doing. And I miss taking the skin off. Now again, these can be water bathed for approximately 40 minutes. And then they will be vacuum sealed and on the pantry shelf for the rest of the year. As I say, it might look a bit messy, this jar, but when it comes time to pulling it out and making a peach cobbler with it, no one's going to inspect what the peach slices look like. Hopefully I can perfect some along the way where peaches actually look a bit prettier. But this one will be big peach cobbler that will be enjoyed. Okay, let me come back to you when I've skinned them all and got them all in jars. Okay, so we managed to get 5 decent sized jars. But let me just tell you how we've had fits of giggles here in between. So these 3 back jars don't look attractive at all. They're odds and ends and it's quite mushy. But the peaches and they're in the syrups. Now, as I said, they can be used for peach cobblers, and if I choose, I can add any number of fruit to it. I can add some berries, some apples, some pear, whatever is available at the time, and I can just make it a fruit cobbler, fruit crumble. So it won't go to waste. It just doesn't look that attractive, and I'm keeping it real here for the channel, you know. And I had a bit of a hissy fit. Mr. Wallflowers had to take over. Thank you, Mr. Wallflowers. And he's actually sliced the front 2 jars quite presentable and did a better job than I did, to tell you the truth. So thank you, Mr. Wallflowers. But as I say, it won't go to waste, you know, it will be used for a cobbler. It doesn't have to look attractive for a cobbler. As you know, we're going to put a topping on it and put lashings of custard on it. And, we, you know, in the thick of winter when it's freezing cold out there and we just want a hot, stodgy pudding, I will be absolutely made up with that. So it's just, I just was not pleased. It just didn't look pretty and it was going to motion. I thought, right, I've had enough. We kind of walked away. Mr. Wallflowers just quietly came, took over, and started slicing. If you want to come back, and I was a bit miffed. And so, how come you're getting those busy slices and I couldn't get them? But we've got them. We've got 2 attractive jars that can be used for ice cream or can be used for something that needs to be looking attractive, and they'll be used for fruit pies. Okay, thanks for joining us today. Hope you join us again and see our successes as well as our disasters. See you soon. Bye.